With the help of Tomas.Dm, all documents of the company can be accessed in digital form whenever and wherever, in the office, at home, on a business trip. With Tomas.Dm, you can avoid a lengthy search for documents and big expenditure on copying them. User-friendly application offers only documents to which certain user has rights. Application enables changes, follow-up documents can be reconciled and confirmed, we can review current and previous versions, we can also review document rights, and much more. In step 1, we'll look into reviewing documents. On my page we see calendar with information about new documents and the actions we need to perform, for example like confirming documents or participating in coordination. First we go under Tomas.Dm and under documents we select valid documents. Here in the name field we type DM, then we click enter. Now we have searched for our Tomas.Dm document. We'll click on this link under the code to open the document after it has downloaded. If we click on the I symbol on the right hand side, we can view details about the document, like who can read the document, who confirm it. If we go, we can see previous versions of the document, we can see the owner, the publish date, the valid date, who created it, the type and the function, and the revision date. We can also see attachments, references, and translations. If we go back and delete this from the name field to see all valid documents, we can sort them by clicking on valid, publish date, or type in the column section, so we can sort it under type alphabetically or according to publish date, ascending or descending. If we click on advanced search and delete DM from the name field, we can go under standard and select ISO 9001, so we can search for all documents associated with this standard. If we now leave the standard box empty and go under content and type business partners, we can search for all the documents that contain business partners, for example our Tomas.Dm documents. Step 2 is about adding a new document. We can add documents in all types of electronic formats: Word, Excel, PDF, PowerPoint, or even images, but also paper documents like signed contract that we scan and then add to Tomas.Dm. In the Valid Documents menu, we go to the top left side and click on the Create Document green icon. Here we need to fill in fields with a mark with an asterisk, and the code field we type unique ID, for example like DM56, and in the name type document DM1, and then we can choose a file to attach to our document. So we go under choose file, now documents open, and here we select, for example, some PDF document. We can also type the description, but it's not necessary. In the type we can select, for example, ISO 9001. The types are predefined in tables and document, so we can already see the drop down menu when we select type. In the version we will leave it as 1, because the version automatically changes when we add new versions of the same document, but this is the first version because we are creating a new document. And the business unit we can set it as total, and publish valid date is when the document will be valid. If we go through confirmation procedure, document will become valid when the last person will confirm it, or if enter date is later than on this date, but we can leave it as today. And on the publish date is the date when it's going to be published in the Tomas.Dm database, and we can also leave it as today. Owner, this is us, admin, and as a guardian we also set admin. In the standards we're going to select ISO 9001 management responsibility, and in attachments we can link this document to some other document already in the database. So we select document and then select on the right side, and then we search for Tomas.Dm here, and we click on the blue link to link the document. We can also add references and translations. When we are finished with creating a document, we click on Save at the bottom of the page to save it. Just wait for the program to save our newly created document. Here, then we see a success bar in the top of our screen, and then we see the document info. Now we can go under Edit, and we can edit rights for viewing, coordinating, confirming, and reviewing. In the Read section, we give read rights to everyone, so everyone can access the file. In the Coordination section, so is a column to ask for opinion suggestions about this new document. We give only rights to ourselves, to the super admin. We do the same in the Confirm section, as every document needs to be confirmed to become valid. And in the Review section, we also give only rights to the super admin. To save these rights, we go to the bottom of the screen and click on Save. Now we go under the Action bar. Here we can send the document for coordination. So other people, we also can modify who can coordinate. So in the coordination process, other people can suggest and review the document. We just save the rights. In the real life, real application will send emails that other users will be asked to participate in document discussion coordination. Also, all users that participate in this phase will get on My Page line, for example. On the first page you will see documents for coordination, and you will also view new line in the main menu that will say documents for coordination. If we move down the page, we can see this comments section. If we click on forum comments and suggestions, we can, for example, create a post and suggest a new file, a new version of the document, a better one. For example, if we content, I suggest to update to new version, and then we can choose a file like a newly version. Choose some PDF file, and we can click on the bottom Save. Now we go under Actions, and we can end coordination. Because we're the only user responsible for coordination, we can end it as we added a new version to forums and comments section. So when we end coordination, we see this status coordinated. Now we can do an action, and we can send the document for confirmation. We can set the rights who can confirm the document. We set it as we can confirm it as super admin, and then we click on Save. In real life, users will be notified that they need to confirm the document, and also on first page of every user that is responsible for confirming, there will be a section Documents for Confirmation, and also a new line in the menu that says Confirmation. Now, because we're the only user responsible for confirmation, we go under Action, and we can select Confirm as super user. Because we said we are the super user, and we confirm it, it will be confirmed for all users because they're below us. Now we go under Action again, and we set it as valid. We can set a valid date when the document will become valid. It can be today, or even in a week or a couple of weeks. When the document becomes valid, users that have read rights will receive email notification that they can access the document. We'll leave the valid date as today to set valid. Now our document will appear in the valid documents list, like document DM1. Now we can see our document under the valid documents. You can set rights for certain documents types, like contracts that are already signed, and we can scan them and add them in your Tomas.Dm that can be published without going through the all confirmation process. In step 3, we'll look into adding a new version to an existing document. In the Valid Documents menu, we search for the document that we added in the previous step, document DM1. Then we click Enter. And then, in the right hand side, to add a new version, we click on the plus sign. Choose a file to add a new version to document DM1 from our disk. For example, some PDF file. Then we click on Save to save the new version to our existing document. If you now go, after we have saved, if you go on Document Details. Now in Document Info, if we go under All Versions, we can see our new version, version 2, and the previous one. By clicking on Show Logs, we can see all action or the history concerning this document. So we have the full view, what has been done with the document, when it has been changed, who should change it to the new version, and so on. In step 4, we'll look into remarks and recommendations for modification of a document. In the Valid Documents menu, we search for the document we created in step 2, document DM1. Then we click on the eye symbol on the right hand side to view the document info. Then we go under the forum comments suggestion and we click on the blue link. Here in the content field we type I suggest an update. Then we can also add attachments. For example, we can add file and then we can click save. Then we can see comments in the section below. We go under the forum section on the left hand side menu. We can see all the history of coordination, for example regarding documents DM1. If we click on the update, we can see there's 2 posts by admin administrator. In step 5, we'll talk about how can we add new items such as document types to use in the Tomas.Dm interface. In the main left side menu, we go to the bottom of the page and select Options. When we click on Options, drop-down menu expands, and then we select Document Type field. Then the window for managing document types opens, and on the right hand side we click on the plus sign to add a new document type. In the name field, for example, we type new type, and in the parent field we select, for example, some parent, and then we click on save. Here we can see all the documents types, and there they can be organized according to parent, name and code. If we go back down to the options, we can click on business unit. Here we can manage business units, and in the same way as for the documents types, we can add them with the plus sign. If we go back down, we can select to manage document functions. We can also manage standards. We can adding standards, editing existing standards with the name, description, and then we can also modify users. Here we can see all the users. We can add a new user or delete an old user. Now, if we go down and select emails, here we can edit, for example, some emails. Now there are no real emails in the system because it's just a demo version, but in the real world version you can add emails to send alerts to these emails. Step 6 is about user rights and translations. We click on the picture next to the admin administrator, and in the drop-down menu we select Settings. Under the Settings we select Permissions, and now in the right field we select Document can ignore workflow, and in the document type we select Contract. Now here we can set which group can have permissions to this document. We select Yes next to Administrator, so admin can publish documents to contracts type and all types below without confirmations of other users. There is also a list of different rights for like reading, adding documents, reviewing old versions, reviewing history, editing, archiving documents, reviewing archived documents, moving documents. You can also set that for certain type of document it is predefined that certain user group must confirm document before it becomes valid. There are also types of rights with app name. With these rights we can set if certain user can see options menu and also what in the options menu. All these rights can be managed in this drop-down menu. Now if we go back on the picture and again select Settings, in this menu now we select Translations. In the translations, every company can change menus according to expressions they're using, so they can further customize their experience with Tomas.Dm.